And so we are in formation for the Milwaukee Tools Rotax Heavy. We pretty much already know the results overall, but we still want to have a decent grand final race regardless. Tahu will get the chance to lead the pack away. Will he get a good run as the lights go out? Oh, he locks it up because he didn't quite get the speed he wanted off the start. McBride goes into third, Cunningham into second. And then there's a little bit of hustle and bustle as they go side by side around the infield. And he has to back down. McBride, Cook and Dawson. Oh, dear. So, Hart lost the spot to McBride there. Tahu getting ahead of Cunningham, and he's looking left and right because Cunningham's doing what he should be. He's putting the pressure on left and right. Tahu's not sure where he's going to come from. Has another glance back. And the Milwaukee Tools Rotax Heavy. 185 kilograms of man and machine going around the circuit. And now he's starting to settle into his very smooth driving pace as Aaron Tahu. Cunningham's got to make something happen here. It's been those two for the whole weekend. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. And the rest of them unsure what they're going to do to try and gain some points back. And who will have the potential to be third overall for the weekend in the Milwaukee Tools Rotax Heavies? My guess at a glance of the points is it should be Craig Cook in 45. Because Mr. Cook has had a third, a fourth, a third, and a fifth. And that should be third position if he can stick with it here, because a couple of the others might sneak through if he messes up this final. And Craig Cook is currently at the back of the field. But as long as he finishes, I think he'll have enough points to claim third spot. But it is Tahu, Cunningham, and Matthew McBride. I think we'll call him Madman McBride from now on. As they scream around, we've had 4 laps gone of 25. But Aaron Tahu's not leaving Cunningham behind. I actually wonder if he's purposely backed his speed down, or whether Cunningham has just found something that little bit extra. It'd be nice for Cunningham. I actually want both of them, because it'd be nice for Cunningham to get a win after all his efforts for this weekend. It'd be nice for Tahu to get a win, because then he can claim a clean sweep. It'll also be really cool for McBride to get a win for all his entertainment he's provided so far this weekend. And then again, the other three as well, Dawson, Hart and Cook, deserve a win too, because they've put on a show as well. So how do you pick 1 out of 6 to win? Who's your chance? Who's your choice? Who is your favourite? And at the moment, Tahu is holding. He has a quick glance back every single time just to make sure he has some kind of advantage over Aaron Cunningham. Matthew McBride in third. If he can keep the kart from exploding, because that would be the only thing left. So far, we've had a broken axle, lost his brakes completely at full speed at the end of the straight. The only thing that can happen next is an exploding kart. Meanwhile, further back, it is Dawson, Hart, and Cook in last place. Now, Cook, even though he's last, I think should claim the results for position number 3 overall for the weekend for the Milwaukee Tools Rotax Heavy. Certainly Tahu has won it, because he's 4 from 4 so far. Cunningham is second with 4 seconds. But there is nothing between these three. In fact, the gap between them has stayed consistent the whole entire race so far, which is 8 laps down of 25. Not hearing any tyres squealing, so no one's being overly aggressive, but the gap has actually built a little bit between Tahu and Cunningham. I'll try and work out if Tahu has lifted his pace a little bit or whether Cunningham has backed off fractionally. The best lap so far was a 30.6 by Tahu and a 30.7 by Cunningham, 30.8 for McBride, and then it's 31s for everyone else. So that gap increase will keep increasing between 4, 5 and 6. They'll end up getting further and further back because these front three are in the 30s. 30.7. It was actually Cunningham who was faster that time around. So they're doing tit for tat. They're swapping their lap times, but it's not enough. Cunningham needs more than that. He's got to get a 10th every single lap if he wants to make a shot at this, because 10 laps are gone, 15 remain. If he can get a 10th on Tahu with every single lap they drop down, he will be on his tailpipe with 5 laps to go. I look at the lap times now, and Tahu's lifted again. He's gone down to a 30.6, and so too is Cunningham. There's actually thousandths of a second in it, not tenths anymore. But Cunningham's got to do more. He needs to gain a couple every single lap from here on in. But he's not. He's losing tenths rather than gaining them. Same with McBride. McBride is now 1.8 seconds back from Tahu. It's nearly a full second back for Cunningham. It looks close, but it's not. He stretches it out. He got good exit speed as he goes past the dummy grid. And now he just smoothly drives through, does Tahu. Nice and wide, late turn, late entry, fast exit, glances over the shoulder as he does every lap. And he looks back. He doesn't even have to see Cunningham. In fact, if he doesn't see Cunningham, he should be happy because he's got the gap. 30.699, 30.725. He's lifted the pace a little bit. And aside from a mistake here from Tahu, Cunningham has run out of time. So if Tahu drops down a little bit, just backs off the pace, if he doesn't burn out his tyres, Cunningham might have a chance. He could get close. Take that last final lap dive. 30.7, 30.6 for Cunningham. So he was a 10th quicker on that one. But he needs to be 2 tenths quicker every time. What he needs is Tahu's tyres to completely disintegrate. And he's done it again. It's a 30.7 for Tahu and a 30.5 for Cunningham. So, with 10 laps to go, could Tahu be losing the tyres? Let's keep an eye on these times. I mean, you can physically see the difference. You know what the gap is visually, but let's look at it in numbers. The gap has gone down from a 0.9 to a 0.5. What do we have as they go through for lap 16? Oh, Tahu's lifted it. A 30.5 and a 30.6. He knows. He knows he's made a mistake somewhere. The gap has opened up again to 0.6. It's 2 seconds back now to Matthew McBride. But there will be a change in position in 4 and 5 because Craig Cook has decided enough is enough sitting at the back of the pack. And he's going to make some moves. He's gone from last to 5th, and now he wants to take on Dawson. Meanwhile, up front. Oh, it's twitchy. Cunningham really twitchy. I'd say that he's lost all of his tyres as well. They could equally have nothing left. But as I say that, you won't believe this. Lap 17, and Tahu has just dropped to 30.4. He is going quicker than he has all race so far. I thought he would have backed it down, but he's actually speeding up. And so too is Cunningham with a 30.5. They're almost drifting into turn 1. There can't be anything left on the slicks. Craig Cook still not close enough to claim 4th position, but I'm sure he's done enough to claim 3rd overall for the weekend. Don't hold me to that though. However, definitely, as they come through for lap 19 of 25, Aaron Tahu ahead of Aaron Cunningham. And I want to check their lap times. They're basically even. In fact, Cunningham was fractionally faster, but it's gone back from a 0.5 to a 0.8 gap. I think Tahu's now playing the game. He knows exactly where he is, knows when to back it off and when to speed it up. Cook isn't close enough to make a move, but he could lose a position if he's not careful and drop from 5th to 6th. Here comes lap number 20 of 25. And again, the lap times have dropped right down. 30.7. He was 30.4 last time around. Getting a little bit bouncy on the inside curb. Probably taking more of it than he needs to. Tahu up front. Comes round for lap number 21. And so far this weekend, it's been an absolute blinder. He's only had a couple of passes done on him where he's been back into 2nd and 3rd, but he's gained them back. Never panicked. Never worried about it. Just did his job and got back out in front. Cunningham, at times, led heats. Had the opportunity to win the heats, but lost his position to Aaron Tahu. The other chaps have mixed and mingled amongst it. I thought at times McBride might be able to get in there for 1 and 2. But he's hurt the cart twice. Once wasn't his fault, and once he can blame the crew. But he's had fun out there, but his gap has grown right out to 4 seconds from Tahu, who is dropping 30.6, but so too is Cunningham. His lap times are equal at this stage. If only he could have kept them equal right throughout the race, there might have been a last gasp chance to get the win. With 2 laps remaining, Aaron Tahu still leads. Tahu out 30.6. Cunningham 30.6. They are even Stevens. And you know, McBride in a kart that he's never run before, in a category that he's never run in before. Oh, hang on. Who's pulled out? Is that Cunningham or is it Tahu? I cannot see. I'm going to have to wait till they come around. It's Cunningham. Yes, it is. Cunningham's cart is gone. He's pulled into the pits. He gets a DNF. He will still, I think, well, he will, clearly. And Tahu's like, where has he gone? He's looking all over the racetrack to see if he's fallen off the circuit. But Tahu is out on his own. With 2 laps remaining, make that 1 lap remaining. This is it. The final run past for Aaron Tahu. He will come and claim the checkered flag and the win for the weekend. A clean sweep. McBride grabs 2nd by default because Cunningham couldn't quite hold on. His cart let go. Dawson grabs 3rd. Cook in 4, Hart in 5 with a DNF for Cunningham. But I'm pretty sure regardless that Cunningham, well, he'll definitely be 2nd overall for the weekend. I'm pretty sure of it because he had a 2nd, a 2nd, a 2nd, a 2nd, and then a DNF. But the closest to him was 24 of McBride, who had a DNF as well, a 3rd, a DNF. So McBride probably won't take 3rd. I'm just trying to very quickly look through. I'm thinking it's going to be Craig Cook with a 3rd, a 4th, a 3rd, a 5th, and a 4th. Should be enough for Cook to take 3rd overall for the championship. So that's how they finished. In the Milwaukee Tools Rotax Heavy, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4 categories to go. Provisional results, I can tell you. In Club Sport, should be Muggeridge with Hutchinson in 2nd and Carl Brennan in 3rd. Cadet Rock will be Culver, Fisher and Coma. And that's the one I couldn't work out. I thought Hemphill might have had a chance, but here's the points. 14, 18, 20, 21, 22. Nothing in it. Liam Lawson. Oh, apparently Liam might have taken out Rotax lights. I'm surprised at that. Zach Stitchbury in second. And Finn Osborne, I think, did enough in that last race, in the last two, to get third and a third, to jump up and claim third position overall. So not bad. Not bad at all for Finn Osborne, with Clay Osborne in fourth. So Campbell Joyce, Josh Raymond, George Sampson and Rihanna ended up 8th overall with a couple of DNFs. But anyway, it's time to play around now with our Vortex Rock Manson's TCL and Vortex Mini Rock.